This is going to be a quick reminder, but before I get into that reminder, I just want to thank all of my supporters and subscribers, viewers, members. You know, I got up this morning and my channel, my YouTube channel has reached well over 227,000 plus subscribers. And, you know, none of that would have been possible without all of my supporters. You know, my channel is a little over 3 years old. So I just really want to take out a moment to thank all of my supporters for supporting my channel. So with that being said, you know, the focus of this announcement is a very important reminder to make sure you mark your calendar for my next powerful live stream lecture I'm going to do on April the 6th, starting at 11. You know, the Spirit has guided me to do specific live stream lectures once a month, and I spend a lot of time marketing that upcoming lecture. And the topic of that lecture that I'm gonna do on April the 6th, and by the way, my lecture I did last month, I want to thank everyone for showing up, whether you were there for the live or watched the replay, you know, because this really is valuable information. In any other in anywhere else in the world, you have to pay to get this information I'm presenting in these certain live stream powerful lectures. The topic is going to be, what are the 13 steps? What are the 13 steps in order for a reputable publisher, you notice I said reputable, to transform an accepted manuscript into a published book and to make it available for consumers worldwide? And because my book Awake Financial Freedom was accepted by a world-renowned publishing, Page Publishing. And what I mean by accepted manuscript, for example, this is my original manuscript to my book. This is the Word document version of the original manuscript of my book, Awake Financial Freedom. And this is the handwritten copy, the handwritten version of my manuscript of Awake Financial Freedom. And I spent over a year and a half writing my manuscript. And once I got done, I selected, the Spirit guided me to select Page Publishing Company to review my manuscript. But before they could review my manuscript, because this is a legal document, Page Publishing Company had to send me this powerful legal document, which is a confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement. If you want to find out more about this document, you need to watch my other lecture I did last month, where I go into detail about this legal document. But the bottom line, this confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement protects your manuscript. And it also, from a legal standpoint, it gives the publishing company a legal right to review your manuscript. That's all it does. So once they review my manuscript, after I got this powerful confidentiality non-disclosure agreement signed by the publisher, this has to be created by the publisher to protect my manuscript, and only giving them the legal right to review my manuscript to determine on whether or not they would accept my manuscript. That's a lot of stuff that goes on the front end. They reviewed my manuscript for 2 weeks, and I got the verdict that Page Publishing Company, I was informed that we will accept your manuscript. That was power. And once they accepted my manuscript, that's where the work begun. It took them 6 months to transform my manuscript into a published book. So in order for them to do that, there were 13 steps. And this is a whole nother lecture, because once they accept that manuscript, this is another document, the contractual agreement. There you go. The contractual agreement between the author and the publisher to now move your manuscript, your accepted manuscript, for publication. And in this legal document, which is now the contract, this way the money comes into play, they literally did all 13 of these steps in order to transform that accepted manuscript into a published book and to make that book available worldwide for consumers. You know, my book can be purchased in any little bookstore all over the world. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it from the major bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, all over the world, because my publishing company went through those 13 steps that I'm going to dive deep and talk about on that next live stream lecture, April the 6th, 2024. I'm going to be ready to get down business, because in reference to the contract, which is a whole nother lecture, this is a 5-page legal contract, 5-page legal contract that is in force, stipulating a lot of stuff. And I tell people, you know, some people choose to self-publish, to each his own, but there's credibility when your published work is backed up by a world-renowned publishing company, because they have the power to tap into worldwide markets that ain't no way in the world Marie Holiday can do. And that has a direct impact on driving sales to my book. I'm beginning to see my quarterly checks that I would get from the rest of my life from my publishing company rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. That's how you build that generational wealth. And I'm here to tell you, that book will outlive Marie Holiday. And you better believe I got in my living will that my bloodline will receive the royalty checks from that money, from that book, 1,000 years in the future. That's how you pass down generational wealth. So if you want to find out about those 13 steps that I saw my publisher do to transform my accepted manuscript into a published book, and made that published book available for consumers worldwide. That book can be ordered soft copy, ebook version, audiobook, Apple iTunes, Google Play, in any platform, shape, form, and fashion. This woman right now is now beginning to get the return on my investments and truly making money in my sleep. And I'm here to tell you, I ain't got to worry about restocking books. I ain't got to worry about tracking sales. My publishing company do all that. All I got to worry about is send me my money every quarter, and I reinvest that money to continue to build my wealth. And I'm here to tell you, mark your calendar. Mark your calendar for April 6, 2024, so you can find out what those 13 steps are. Because if you are in the process of writing a manuscript and that publishing company, if they ain't talking about that 13 steps in legal documents, you need to look to another publishing company. I have gone through the door. This is valuable information that you will have to pay a consultant to get anywhere in the world, that you are going to get free April the 6th, 2024 at 11 o'clock. I'm going to do that lecture for 1 hour. Marie Holiday is going to be ready to get down to business every month, because there's a whole lot behind this book. Every month, I'm going to do a caveat lecture, or somewhere in the very near future, I'm going to have to do a lecture on what does this contract look like from the publishing company, signed by both parties. What does this what is it about? What does this entail? What are the legalities of this publishing contract between myself and Page Publishing Company? I'm going to say one thing about this legal document. It's stipulated in here that they're going to get commission from my sales for 7 years in the future. It's already been going on 3 years, so I'm looking at another 4 years, and then all of the money my book made, I would get 100% of the profit. It talks about that 7 years in here. That's how they make their money. I don't mind that 7 years, because I couldn't have done those 13 steps. I don't know all this. I'm not the experts in publishing. I don't know about ISBN and tapping into worldwide markets and cover page and design and proof. I don't know none of that. Let these people do what they do. What I do know is what's in this contract. I know that. What I do know is that how my money gonna look. I know that. You gotta spend money to make money. You gotta spend money to get in the green, because I'm telling you, this legal document that I'm gonna do a whole nother separate lecture on ties into building that generational wealth, and you don't get this when you self-publish. You ain't getting all this when you self-publish. So ladies and gentlemen, tune in for April 6th. Again, I want to thank all of my supporters, my subscribers. You know, my channel now, I got up this morning, my channel has reached well over 227,000 plus subscribers. You know, my channel has been doing explosive growth in all areas since September of 2023 in terms of the money piece, the subscriber piece, the watch hour piece, the views piece, the comment piece, everything. And that is nothing but the grace of God. So that's all I have. Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.